Right, hello again. We're back. We're back at it. I'll probably be able to. I hope I'll be able to finish the Callisto protocol today. I hope. I think. I'm not sure. No one seems to be sure how long the game is, excitingly.
Hello, debug wave.
Hello, Debug Wave. Hardwalk, thank you for the 12 months. Debug Wave. Hi. Hello. Gaming. Tom Hewlett worked on Bloodstained? He sure did. For the VOD watchers, by the way, which I know is like 6 people. We were discussing how to spell Tom Hewlett's name in the pre-stream chat because nobody was getting it correct. Regardless. Yes, Tom Hewlett did work on Bloodstained. Tom Hewlett actually, like, I know to a lot of people he's just sort of like the he's the face of like the Western Silent Hill games, you know, for better and ill. That may be, but Tom Hewlett's actually worked on, like, quite a lot of things. And, like, you know, a lot of good things, too, actually. Or at least things people say are mostly good. I don't know, he does a lot. He's alright, you know? I feel like I have to play devil's advocate for the man in this chat sometimes, because I very often play the Western Silent Hill games, and, like, they're not so great, and everyone goes, it's Tom Hewlett's fucking games. But no, it's like, outside of the Silent Hill stuff, you know, it's like, man's got a pretty wide, like, array of credits on video games and what have you. It's a tricky thing to handle, eh? Yeah, kinda. Yeah. He's worked on a lot of good things too, ouch. We were talking about Silent Hill fucking Downpour, alright? Come on. Come on, man. I'm trying to be nice here as well. Like, I know I'm not good at it, but alright, fuck you guys. Let's turn the game on. See the ULA for Callisto Protocol? I mean, you have to when you boot the fucking game. It's like, you can't not see the ULA. Actually, by the way, I think they might have pulled that. From in the new patch. I think they might have pulled most of the user end license agreement from the game, because it re-displayed it to me when I booted the new patch, and most of the terms are gone. Most of it's gone. I think they might have removed it because of that tweet. I think because of that tweet it might be gone now. I think they stealth patched it out of the game. Which is funny. Like, it was obvious. Okay, to be clear about this as well, again, for the VOD watchers here who lack the context of Twitter, there was a tweet going around where in the end-user license agreement of this game, there was conditions like, you cannot use bug when playing game or you'll be held liable for serious penalty. It's like, please do not play the game in an abnormal fashion. Your account may have actions taken against it if you use it to gain an unfair advantage. Which was funny, because this is a single-player horror game. But the thing is, they quite clearly just copy-pasted the terms from PUBG. Like, it's, someone went and sourced it, it's the same. It's the same wording. Like, this game is published by the publisher of PUBG, I think, and it was originally going to have... It was originally going to be set in the universe for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, but, they just copy-pasted the terms and didn't look. So, like, I don't know. There was never any serious threat of them, like, holding your account liable for penalties for bug. This game doesn't have an account system. What are they gonna do? It's like if fucking Skyrim threatened to VAC ban you. Like, it doesn't use the software. There's no means to accomplish this. Alright, stop talking and play the video game. Well, continue talking, but do play the video game. I have a cup of tea. In the end, what we got was a funny laugh about it, but I feel like a lot of people might have taken it too seriously in regards to, like, they weren't actually, it was clearly, I mean, okay, maybe it's just because I take things on good faith, like, often surprising amounts relative to how people characterize me, but I'm pretty sure that they just copy-pasted. There was never any, like, serious threat of getting a legal threat from them over using notorious bug in gameplay. Like that was never going to happen. That wasn't ever going to be real. That wasn't realistic. That wasn't how that was gonna go down. Minor interface complaint. You cannot go between multiple upgrades on this tier using left and right. You have to go to the bottom one and then go up. You can't just go left and right. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Command not recognized.
Well, fuck you too. Yeah, people said things like they want to control how you play to hide their flaws. It's like, no, I think they just copy-pasted the terms from the wrong game. It's like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep, man.
Complete.
Begs the question of why a single-player game needed, like, terms of service at all, but... oh well. Right, how do I play this game again? Sorry, it's been like, you know, 3 hours since I've played the game, therefore I've forgotten absolutely everything I was doing.
Gotta find the ladder.
The upper levels, Jacob. Look for the clinic.
Ow. Yeah, Jacob has to find a ladder. It's Jacob's ladder. I get it. Do you get it? Touch wood, but I actually do think performance seems a little bit smoother today. Maybe the patch really did do its thing. I mean, we'll see. The problem was mainly that it occurred when transitioning to a new area. Okay, so what exactly was I doing last when I did the thing? Just in case I was an idiot. Well, in my case, I do currently feel like a bit of an idiot because you can also do QTE grabs, man. This guy sucks. I hate this shit. Hey, VJ Smith. Hi, Ford. Hi, Ford. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to pay attention to two things at once. Which is like, I'm trying to remember where I'm even supposed to be. Oh, no, never mind. There's the stutter. Never mind, performance still suck.
Through here. Quick.
House, the UJC is here for you.
Performance still trash. Game smell.
Quality check. Verified.
I disagree.
Yo, VJs, thanks for gifting a sub to Ford. That's very cool of you. What are you doing, Danny?
Can't believe people live down here.
Yeah, well, didn't have much of a choice. Some still don't.
Stutter.
It's that dome.
It wasn't there before.
No, not back then.
It used to be the mine shaft. Up to the surface.
Enter the dome!
Dunno, but we have to cut through there to get back to the prison.
I thought this was a fucking DJ turntable for a moment. I have, like, severe brain poison.
I am Dr. Caitlin Marler, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Arcus Station.
gonna download what I can from here. Meet you inside the dome.
You thought it was a PS1. Okay, that's worse than me.
A mysterious contagion spreading of accelerated evolution simply after securing the
Dog, I'm happy for you, or sorry that happened, or whatever, but I ain't listening to you talk. Oh god, the subtitles are stacking! You saw a meat grill with... I feel like all of us saw a different thing.
What is that?
An alien life form, released by the miners when they broke through to Callisto's subsurface ocean. It was dead by the time we arrived, killed by security forces. But inside the carcass, we found thousands of larvae, primary disease vectors.
Is this game really that bad? No, it's not really that bad, but I do think it's, like, weaker than any given Dead Space game. Probably not Dead Space 3. It's probably still better than Dead Space 3.
Evolutionary accelerant, mutating the colonists into little more than mindless brutes. Save for one, the so-called Subject Zero. Somehow able to reap the benefits of the contagion. Greater strength, endurance, and longevity, while preserving their intellect and humanity. Though killed by security forces during the outbreak, the body was transported to the Black Eye Lab, forming the basis of the original research program.
God.
5, 2, 1. You and me, we got some unfinished business.
What the hell?
As you can see, things have changed.
Jacob, I found the surface access door. I'm trying to open it.
Think you can run from me?
What?
Escapes me here. No one.
Danny!
What?
Danny! Come on!
Looks like it. She was just trying to help you, but soon she'll be one of us.
That was abrupt. It sure was.
You okay?
I'm fine. Just keep moving. That platform will take us up to the surface.
Still stutters? Yup. Patch did not fix it.
Oh, we made it. Danny? Danny! Hey, hey, hey.
Wow, that was fast.
Okay, come on.
Now I need to find the vaccine so that Sherry can give us the rocket launcher at the end of Act B. Sorry, what game am I playing?
You're gonna be okay.
This isn't fair. I promised I would stop them. Fuck. I won't turn into one of those things.
No, okay, that's not gonna happen. Hey, we are gonna fix this.
How?
We're gonna stick to the plan, we're gonna get to the Warden's Tower. There's gotta be a way to reverse this!
You don't know that.
No, I don't. But we're not gonna give up now. We're gonna finish this thing together. Okay? Come on. Come on, up. Good?
really funny to watch about the context of the first 6 hours. I don't think you need context of the first 6 hours, honestly.
Okay. Okay, we're almost there.
I don't recognize this area. Where are we?
Let's find out.
I do like how we just sort of absorb health gel, like, directly into our body. Yeah, I've heard some people say, you know, it's, like, unfair to directly compare this game to Dead Space because, you know, nothing will ever recapture the magic, and it's like, well, they kind of fucking started it. You know, being marketed on the basis of it being a spiritual successor to Dead Space, I feel like comparisons to Dead Space are in fact pretty warranted. I can't even hold the fun thing because my inventory is full of beans.
Systems are all shot to hell.
I'm gonna heal.
Almost got it.
Yeah, I believe Dead Space Original was a 2008 game. But really, the real point of comparison for me is Dead Space 2, because it's the stronger of the two.
Still active in the command tower.
Can we make it to him?
Looks like it. I'm getting the door now.
And in comparison to Dead...
Cells.
Lol. In comparisons to either Dead Space 1 or 2, I am of the feeling that Callisto Protocol is definitely weaker than both, but probably still better than Dead Space 3. Like, Dead Space 1 and 2 are just a solid action games, but I don't think they were, like, impossible acts to follow, you know? I don't think they had, like, mythical qualities about them. Like, Dead Space 2 is a very good game that has, like, good system interplay, but I don't think it's, like, a magical game that's, like, impossible to surpass, you know?
Eddie? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Right back where I started. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
Find me.
Waller?
There's not much time. I was able to reroute one of the security units. I have Danny.
Where is she?
The lab, at the heart of the prison. He's monitoring everything, but we can talk here. I can get you to the warden. I can cure her. I want to help.
You? You put this thing in my neck. And now you want to help.
You must hurry. Find me, Jacob.
How?
There's a room ahead that connects to an area normally off-limits to both inmates and guards. Find it, and I'll clear the way from here.
Oh, you're gonna just open the door. I thought I was... Alright. I was, like, looking for a hole in the wall or something, you know, I thought I'd have to pull something using my telekinesis. No, it was just wait. Smile. So, like... Oh, hello. From what I've heard, Dead Space 3 has, like, mid-2010s, like, game brain rot, where everything is, like, aggressively... It's aggressively co-op focused in a way that doesn't really suit the tone. And it's also got, like, a lot of monetization hooks in it back when they were, like, still figuring out how much they could push people's patience with that shit. So that game has, like, has the 2010 brain rot. This game has the 2020 brain rot, where there's so many, like, overly flowery, like, animations It's like, look at our graphics. Look at our cool graphics.
Cycle complete.
Like this, you don't just get a weapon. It has to be an animation where it spawns in and it prints a thing in front of you and then the guy has to look at it for a bit. There's QTEs out the ass, there's cutscenes out the ass. Like, everything's got to be really elaborate. Like, here's an example for you. When I want to pull out my melee weapon to do a swing, I press the button that swings the melee weapon, but watch the delay on pressing the button for melee swing, if it's not currently already out. Now I can do it. Because he has to pull the thing off his back. He doesn't just start swinging, no. He has to, like, pull it out first. That's what I mean when I say this game has modern game brain rot. Oh, this isn't a stealth situation, huh? Oh, whoops, my mistake for thinking I was supposed to do something. It's like the third time I've done that fight, by the way. That was another nice thing that Dead Space 1 and 2 did, was they gave you a variety of weapons to use that actually serve distinct purposes. Like, those three-pronged, like, spittin' dudes were kind of assholes, but at least they, you know, made a good use for the very big sweepy laser thing. You know, that was kind of the whole... That's one of the things that Dead Space 1 and 2 did well with their tech, you know? They were like, oh, we can do very complicated locational damage. We can make the limbs fly off in different arrangements. But they were like, okay, but what if we made that, like, the game? What if that was the game? You know, instead of it just being a nice bauble, it's like, what if we made that the whole game? What if we made that the core? You know, as a result, Dead Space 1 and 2 felt like games that couldn't be done on tech prior, because they didn't have the ability to keep track of the complicated damage receptors and what have you. I didn't explain that very well, but whatever, get off my case, I'm under a lot of stress. Money. This game just kind of uses its tech to sort of look at how, you know, the environments are very nice, but your mugs are still floating, like, off the desk, so the game, unfortunately, simply doesn't stack up. That's going on Twitter, by the way. I'm engaged in full... I'm keeping a list of these. So I'm going to continually be while this game has like it's a stick up its ass about like how good the graphics are, I'm gonna be annoying, and I've picked that as my focus. Floating mugs. You know, see, the physics props in Dead Space 1 bugged out, like, all the fucking time, and I didn't give a shit, because, you know, flinging stuff around with kinesis was kind of like one of the core gameplay things that you did. So it was like, you know, whatever, fine, boxes sometimes end up in weird places, who gives a shit? Ah! The rule is each Sergeant Major has one thing they're overly particular about. Sergeant Major doing surprise inspections to make sure nobody's mugs float. Everyone has one game thing they're overly particular about, alright? Everyone. Everyone's got one thing that they hate in video games. Mine is like having to hold down buttons to do things in menus where there's no reason for that to be the case. Oh, go away! You actually... That's bullshit! That guy got to transform because the other guy fucking QTE'd me in the middle of it. Dude, they both got to transform because the fucking QTE starting asshole gets to just interrupt your gameplay. I'm not sure I've explained what my problem is with the QTs beyond the fact they just break flow and are kind of frustrating. But what's annoying to me about them especially is that enemies don't actually have to connect with a grab. Like in RE4, when you get grabbed, it's because an enemy got behind you and hit you with a grab. In Callisto Protocol, they don't have to actually hit you with a grab, they just need to be sort of standing near you and then decide to do one. Like, you snap into grab mode, like, seconds before you actually see the grab connect. Does that make sense? Do you understand this?
This looks older than the rest of the prison. This looks older than the rest of the prison.
Also, you kind of just, like, enemies just sort of, both you and the enemies do the new God of War thing where you slide around. Like, if I want to swing at an enemy and they're within range, you kind of, like, air hockey table your way towards them, and that's, like, really annoying. It actually makes it very hard to run away from enemies. Look. That snapped into grab mode before a grab had actually hit me. And that guy got to mutate because someone else interrupted the string. Thanks. Snapped into grab mode before I had a chance to actually do anything. And for what? To what end, game? I don't know, man. These little things frustrate me. It makes the combat feel not good.
Down the stairs. You're getting closer.
It don't feel good. It don't feel good to do the combat in this game. But when there's like two enemies at once, it's always just sort of annoying. Because enemies don't like wait their fucking turn. Yeah, I don't know why you need to stomp enemies to get loot either, actually, because there's no, like, choice involved, really, with doing that. It's like, I'm gonna do it. Like, what's the alternative? Not? I have so much, like, stuff and no idea what to do with any of it. Yeah, a priority has definitely been placed on animations that, like, look cool, rather than ones that actually feel good. When it comes to the combat. I think I may have just killed this guy by accident when he got up. Rude. No, that's quite clearly not what I wanted. Also, I gotta say, I rather dislike the zombie mutating mechanic as it is implemented in this game, because like it seems to be like quite clearly inspired by how in RE4 some enemies turn into the Gyarados at random and they become a bit stronger and it's a bit surprising, but here it's like every fucking enemy that does that. It's like, what if Crimson Heads? It's like, what if Crimson Heads and Gyarados mixed and they were both super annoying? Yeah, there's a mutation timer that changes according to DA. Oh good, so this game also has, like, the bad mechanic from those games as well. This game has DA as well, good lord. Copy all of the bad ideas, but none of the good ones. Thrilling. I like how I was beating that dude's ass, but it didn't matter, because he'd already decided to mutate. Either way, the tentacles show up on every fucking enemy, it feels like. They show up on every fucking enemy. What's DA? Difficulty adjustment. It's a kind of dynamic difficulty that Resident Evil games typically most characterized by it. Employ for the purpose of increasing the difficulty if you start doing too well and taking the edge off if you start doing too poorly. I don't like it because it feels like a punishment for doing well. But a lot of people never notice that it exists, interestingly. Oh hey, that mechanic hasn't come up again in like 6 hours. I'm talking a lot of shit, and talk a lot of shit I shall. But I don't think this game is like unplayably bad or anything, but I am implying that it's mediocre. And I'm gonna go a step beyond implying I've just stated it. I think it's mediocre. It's not great. Ooh, snarling noise. Oh, no! Ah! Come on, bonk 'em one on the clonkers, mate. You can do it. Oh my god, you're shit. You're trash. Why are you only swinging once, you fucking melt? There's the tentacles again. Seriously, I feel like it's every enemy. It's the game of a year. The year is 2022. It certainly is a game of a year, I'll give it that. It's certainly a game of a year. I can't run, by the way. It's just kind of not letting me. I don't know why. That's another thing this game does that annoys the shit out of me. Sometimes you just can't run, and I've not figured out why it does that. there are many places where you just can't run. Is it secret loading or like what? What is it doing? Why is a single player horror game have a season pass? Because they want to do some DLC stuff later. I'll tell you this flat out, unless I get paid to do so, I'm probably not coming back for round 2.
UJC Printing. Have a united day.
I'm full of money!
Stand by. Cycle complete.
Do you know what's really cool is when you want to buy multiple upgrades for a gun, but all of them have this animation, so you have to wait for each one.
Executing. Print finished. Please make a valid choice.
Your mom is valid! Why is there animation for every little fucking thing in this game? Because modern games! Modern games! Oh, baby, the games are modern. And they look great. Look at this. Look at this, it looks great. It does look great. It's a very good looking game. Doesn't play good, though. Oh, no. Oof, it's really struggling with this room. Fucking hell. Oh, no! I fucked up! Ah! Clonked on the bonkers. Is there any till they have a leech in them? No. As far as I can tell, sometimes you just open a crate and it makes you mash E as a penalty for having dared to open the crate. What? I think it got stuck under the floor. Can't. This is the only enemy in the game so far that is immune to kinesis. What? Okay. I'm trying to... There we go. That is, I think, the 4th time I've had to fight this enemy type. It's no longer a boss, really. It's just an enemy type that shows up. It was a boss the first time it got introduced. Now it just kind of makes me want to... Yeah, that. That checkpoint did not put me where I thought it would. Again? I want to point out, by the way, that does actually hurt you.
Defensive systems powering down.
Get inside, now.
The lab. At the heart of the prison. What are they doing here? Experimenting on the prisoners. Figures.
Oh, that it occurs to me, I think the subtitles are broken again. Because I died. They seem to break if you die.
How long were they doing this? Is the UJC behind this too? Hey, what are you doing? I said, what are you doing?
It's only an inhibitor to slow the rate of infection.
You said you could cure her.
I can, with your help. You have to trust me. We're wasting time, and she doesn't have much.
All right, fine. Do whatever you need to do.
Soon everything will become clear.
Why don't you start by telling me about this?
You saw the recordings. You know what happened on Europa.
I have no idea what happened on Europa. I wasn't there when the attack happened.
No, but she was. Are you sure you really want to?
Yes!
Do you wish?
What did you do to me?
Gave you what you wanted. The curse of knowledge. Your
It was
core is
downloaded to my brain!
or at least it will be once the sync is complete. The data won't transfer immediately, but her memories will fill in the gaps, give you the answers you seek.
Okay. Just tell me how.
I need to fucking click on the trending tab on Twitter to see what the news of the day
Use
is.
this to see if there's an antidote.
psychic damage.
Extract a sample from the warden's elf.
Is what?
The goal of this madness. His ridiculous protocol.
The Callisto Protocol!
During the original outbreak, a colonist known as Subject Zero demonstrated a unique ability to synthesize the biophage, to control it.
Yeah, I heard.
Oog. Knowledge.
Of human evolution. Unfortunately, he was killed during the Arca's sterilization. Now, the Warden seeks to replicate the conditions of the original outbreak, hoping to recreate Subject Zero as Subject Alpha.
By releasing the virus into the prison?
As he would say, evolution doesn't happen in the lab, it happens in the wild.
Yeah, but how can he do this? There's no way he can cover this up.
He's not acting alone. He's part of a group.
It's a conspiracy!
Dating back centuries, they seek to control the progress of human... She's waking. Be careful, Jacob. Once synthesized, the antidote will contain the only pure essence from his alpha. He'll want it more than anything. It's the key to all he seeks.
What about you?
I played my part in all of this as well. There's no escape for me. Black iron is where I belong.
It's you. What happened? Where am I?
It doesn't matter. We got what we need. Now let's go finish this. Come on. How are you feeling?
Like something's inside my head, trying to take over.
Loot, 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 loot.
Hold on. We'll be there soon. Did you see that?
See what?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes the subtitles just break. It's been doing that the whole game.
Get us up to the tower.
What's her name? Her name is Dani Nakamura.
So, what happened back there? Last thing I remember is those robots jumping us.
Wasn't the Dead Space ship called Nakamura? Yes, which was weird.
Can I trust her?
No, I think it was Ishimura, actually, in Dead Space.
Some kind of choice.
Regardless, they're both extremely common Japanese last names.
Same here.
What is all this?
This is definitely not the UJC.
To be clear, Nakamura is like the Japanese version of having your last name be Smith.
Data transfer complete.
What the hell?
That's a pretty cool effect.
Danny, where are you?
And now you're inside Danny's memories. Seeing the truth.
I respect that. That's pretty cool.
A diluted test sample released from one of our labs. A tragedy that inspired everything Cole is doing here at Black Eye.
We must acquire the missing texture cube. No, god damn it! My textures!
Let me go! Look at it! Look at it! What are you talking about?
Do you see? It hasn't installed Counter-Strike Source! You fucked it up!
Jacob, what do you got there? What we got here is none of our business. Now, come on. We've got a job to do. This was our fault.
Lily! No, 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 no. No! I tried to protect you. You didn't deserve that.
Europa wasn't a terrorist attack. They doctored the footage to cover up what they were planning to test at Black Iron. And the cargo that we transported played a part in both. I could have stopped this. But I didn't. You made the wrong choice. Now how are you gonna make it right?
Jake, what's wrong with you?
Hey, come on. Come on.
I can't.
Yes, you can. We're almost there.
No, I can feel it. Hear it in my head.
You stay here. I'm gonna come back when I get the cure.
I can take care of myself. Okay. Make him pay for what he's done.
Have my mods made a confusing prediction? Have they done fucked it?
UJC printing for all your needs.
It's you're the problem. Alright, well. Fired. 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 Will Danny live or die? Yes or no? What the fuck? That's shit. No, sort it out.
User assumes all liability for use of this print. Have a united day.
Feels like the game's wrapping up. It feels like we're approaching the finale segment, yeah. Should you rewrite it? I wouldn't mind if you did. And they sure gave me a lot of ammo. For a dead end? Am I stupid? What? I thought this was the way forward. Oh!
Your methods are rash. You risk too much.
The greater risk is in failing to act, especially when the commonality is finally within our grasp. And
He's speaking with a BAFTA!
right on time. He approaches. The survivor. Dear Solitarius.
Where's the Alpha? Just give me the goddamn antidote. I'm not gonna let her die.
Your friend. I've been watching you. You and your so-called friend. You're not the innocent you claim to be. You've proven that you'll do just about anything to ensure your own survival.
And what about you, huh? Watching people die for fun? Is that your protocol?
No. You are mistaken, Mr. Lee. The protocol isn't about death. It's about life. Our future lies out there. Our destiny. But we were not built for life in space. This fragile shell holds us back. We have to evolve if we are to survive. And now, you'll all see why. Proof that my methods are worth the risk. A final contest to determine the true survivor. Humanity!
He's a tech bro.
Well, 5-2. You're really a thank you. At first I thought this was a curse, but then I realized it is a gift. This warden has opened my eyes, shown me my purpose.
Standing here, I realize you were just like me, trying to make history. That you should find right from wrong. It don't Ah! What? Ow.
No one to save you now.
Oh, it was literally a cutscene grab.
You'll escape this time. I've beaten you. I've beaten everyone. I told you.
But I feel like I was winning.
What's happening to me?
This is what I do when I realize I'm slightly too late to get breakfast at McDonald's. That's loud as fuck. You are very loud.
There's always a price.
tactical. Swap weapon, you turd burglar. Oh, he fell over. Solid looping. Played a lot of DBD. I hate Dead by Daylight. I don't know if doing it straight in the eye was necessary, but fair enough.
Hold on, Danny. You think you've beaten us? Ferris was weak, an imperfect vessel. But in that sample is the key to unlocking a centuries.
No, I am the elf when he rips off his shirt.
It's not failure, Mr. Lee. It's progress. And it belongs to me.
Hey, DVD sounds like proper. No, but like, I really don't want to play Dead by Daylight.
This is no time for
that player base bitches about everything in the game.
There's an escape pod up there.
So, oh, you use the perk of Swingledonk? What the fuck, trash killer?
Have everything we want. So tell me, Mr. Lee, what do you want?
I'll tell you what I want. I want my sister
Fucking
back.
survivors running perks of Badingledonk. It allows them to do cleanse Bajangadunga faster than usual. This bullshit. It's unbalanced, man.
You know by now.
How dare they play the game to win?
No. This time you do. Such a waste. All this to save one life. Don't think you've stopped us. The data
But like,
gathered
I
here
understand
will
why
show
Dead by
the
Daylight
next
players find the
phase.
player patterns they do annoying, but on the other hand, the conclusion I draw from it is not, don't tunnel, it's, this game is bad. Like, tunneling does sound very annoying if you are the victim of it. Here's the problem, though. It's effective. It's an effective strategy. That's why people do it.
Run! Move!
Ah!
Hurry! Just keep going! We gotta get to the escape pods.
Let's just say, is this the end of the game? I thought we had more than this to go. Shit.
I see pods.
Only one pod! No!
You don't know what you're doing!
I didn't. But I do now.
can't keep running from what I've done.
What are you talking about?
Sorry. For everything. I didn't belong here.
Don't do this. No. Jacob! Jacob!
Data transfer complete.
That transfer worked both ways. He learned more about me, and I learned more about him. In the chaos of the moment, I didn't realize he had also given me the evidence I was looking for all along, and sacrificed his life so that I could expose the truth. Was he trying to make up for the pain he caused, or just chasing some kind of redemption? Either way, I hope he found some peace.
A piece of my ass!
Sorry. Ah, yes, peace.
Jacob, there might be a way out after all. But I'm going to need your help.
What? Are you fucking serious? The game I was like, oh, I get to play a little bit more. But no, that really is where they chose to... Fuck this game, dude. Oh my god. Chew every dick in the Seven Seas. I cannot believe that. This is probably licensed, so I'm muting it. I'm not getting fucking memed by Pokemon end credits again, dude. That's probably licensed, so no one gets to hear it. What a fucking lame way to end a video game. What was in Pokemon? A sudden licensed pop music number for the credits, and I let it play for 12 seconds, and that was enough to get my entire YouTube VOD claimed. So that part of the VOD on YouTube is muted. I love the music industry. Horrible way to end it, like, insulting way to end a video game. That is brain rot. Cliffhanger ending so they can flock a season pass. Fucking... What a waste of my time, dude. What the fuck? Horrible. What a pathetically shit way to end a video game. That's, like, offensive to me. That's not just a weak ending. That's, like, an offensive one. What a fucking shoddy way to end a video game. What a brain-poisoned, terminal AAA way to end a video game. Blow me. Fuck all the way off. Oh my god. I'm genuinely mad. I'm genuinely mad about that. That's crap. No, Dead Space 1 has, like, leaves itself a bit open, but it does finish its story, you know, when it ends. You know, like, it's conclusively done. And it wasn't also trying to hawk a season pass. It was, you know, leaving itself open for a surprisingly good sequel. What? That's what really sucks about this as well, is that when the Callisto Protocol wants to be a video game, it's not bad. When it wants to be a video game, it's not bad. The problem is that for about half of its runtime, it doesn't want to be a video game. And it quite clearly also, like, was cut up and made compromises for AAA monetization bullshit like the Season Pass, and also it just has horrible modern game brain rot. So many cutscenes and unplayable pieces that you don't actually get to play. Just that they're there to look cool, but they don't feel cool. And the melee combat as well is like very unnuanced. I would go as far as to venture that Silent Hill 3's melee combat has more complexity. You have multiple weapons in Silent Hill 3 that serve multiple different purposes. You can choose the right one for the circumstance. You can block in Silent Hill 3 on purpose and get frame advantage for doing so. And if you want to evade an attack in Silent Hill 3, you have to move out of the way. You don't just hold the button to the side. And it will do the job for you. Is this better than Silent Hill Homecoming? The fact I even have to think about that is quite damning. It's probably going to have a worse speedrun, I'll tell you that much. I think I can turn the music back on now, because I think we've exited the probably licensed song realm. You don't think you can speedrun this? Well, fuck you. Watch me. Watch me. Don't watch me. Quit the stream. Delete. Yeah, no, that, Also, I've been hit by the mix-up of the fact I thought I had more hours left of the game than I actually did when I stopped playing it yesterday. I probably could have finished it last night. Fuck. I thought I had a good couple, at least a good 3 hours or so of the game left at minimum, and I definitely didn't. Fucking goddamn it. The game itself is only it only took me 7 hours. I kept hearing 9, 12 to 14 or whatever the fuck. I mean, that's not an unreasonable length for a horror game to be, but I got hit with the mix-up, man. That sucks. I know devs overestimate their playtime, but I heard from other people that it took them 11. And that did not take me 11. Maybe I'm just really good at video games. But anyway, I'm not really complaining about its length so much as I'm just well, fuck, now what do I do? Yeah, it feels shorter as well because it fucking doesn't end properly. That makes it worse. Well, sadly, I would say it's not as strong as either Dead Space 1 or 2, but it's probably still better than Dead Space 3. But sadly, this is another game that exemplifies absolutely everything I hate about games made in 2022. Modern game brain rot. Modern games are bad. Do not interact. Drenched in 2022 design sensibility. In the bad way. Derogatory. Tragic. Again, tragic, because there's a lot of technical competency on display here. But it's mired in, a direction that just isn't good. How much for this game? I paid £49 British. So I think it's about $60. I can eat that cost because I'm a streamer. You know, like, it's a tax write-off for me, but... Yeah, I'd say there's a lack of particularly interesting variety in the gameplay as well. Like, there's no particularly interesting set pieces or, like, alternate twists on the gameplay. It's just kind of 3 attacks block, 3 attacks block, shoot the tentacles because they appear on every fucking enemy past a certain point, 3 attacks block, repeat, you know? The enemy types, there's not a whole lot of variety in terms of those either. You basically deal with all enemy types pretty much the same way. At least the blind enemies let me get some use out of the stealth. That was the most variety I got out of the core gameplay, because trying to do stealth anywhere else was absolutely fucking pointless. But I'm thinking about the different... You know, there's projectile vomiting enemies in this game, right? But they don't play any differently, because you shoot them or you run up to them and you do your 3 attacks, like, swing, song, and dance with them. Whereas the enemies that spit goo at you in Dead Space play differently because they have 4 different stretchy tentacle things that you gotta hit one after another. So if you can stick a good, like, mining laser on them, they all go down in one, and therefore you have an incentive to swap to the mining laser. Or you can take them out, like, one at a time, or whatever, you know, like, there's options. You know, it requires you to, like, think differently, use a different tactic. You even had to, like, point the gun a different way. Like, I know it would have been weird if they just copied that mechanic wholesale, but, you know, the limb dismemberment informs much of the gameplay of Dead Space. Like, it's the core gameplay mechanic. It's the whole fucking gimmick the game is based around. It's not just a neat gimmick to show off the tech of, like, oh, look, we made a leg dismember really disgustingly. Ain't that gross? Isn't the 360 wonderful? It's the whole gameplay. Like, it's the core gimmick. It informs the weapon design. It informs the encounter design. It informs the enemy types. It's everything. It's all baked together. You know, it all comes together. It wasn't just a thing because it looks cool. They made it the core focus. Callisto Protocol looked at, like, oh, limb dismemberment, we can make that look really gross and disgusting, and that's as far as they got. There's no integration of like, the ridiculous gore into, like, the core gameplay functions. It's just kind of, well, we can make really disgusting meat ripping, so we did. It misses why Dead Space did the thing that it did. That's why Dead Space is that way. That's why Dead Space has a focus on limb dismemberment. It's not just for, like, some sort of psychotic belief in that, oh man, limb ripping is really cool. It informs the whole of the core fucking gameplay loop. It does not in the Callisto Protocol. There is no particular benefit to hitting any particular part of the body over any other. You just kinda do it, you know, like, as long as you hit something, it's fine. No, are we following it? Do you pick up on what I'm laying down here, chat? Are we following along? Am I explaining myself anything close to well here? And sometimes I wonder if I just say things and people just, like, nod and go, yeah, okay, Punchy. The Back for Blood of Dead Space, yeah, it kind of is like that. Back for Blood was similar in that it had a lot of the surface level details, right, but didn't have, like, the good audio design that propped it up. These are some long-ass credits. It's a real monument to how many people it takes to put together a game like this, and then it still doesn't come out particularly good. How did fighting multiple enemies feel? Very annoying. Because you can't predict what the lock-on's going to do. Sometimes it would swap enemies mid-combo. So, like, if two enemies are standing right next to each other and I hit melee attack, I have no idea which one it's going to go for. Because it does the God of War thing where you slide towards an enemy and hit the thing. You like you're on an air hockey table or something. It just sort of moves you towards them as long as you're within a certain distance. You don't just, like, swing and whatever's in the way is in the way. It, like, tries to lock onto one particular enemy. Excuse me. And the lock-on does whatever the hell it wants sometimes. I miss that about previous generation action games. You know what was cool about action games prior to fucking God of War, PS4? Is that when you swung a melee weapon, you just swung a melee weapon. You know, and if something got in the way, it got hit. But ever since God of War did this fucking nonsense thing where if you swing at an enemy, it, like, moves you towards them dramatically, every game feels like they have to copy that. But it sucks ass, because now you can't gauge distance for anything. It makes running away from enemies in this game actually pretty hard, because enemies do the same thing. If they're sort of within a vague distance of you and they take a swing, they'll just, like, lunge forward, because they want you to use the dodge mechanic to, like, automatically dodge left and right. So they don't, like, strike within range. They sort of move towards you. They go whoosh. And that's annoying. It wants you to play the game at its tempo. Callisto Protocol's combat moves at its tempo and no one else's tempo. And that's frustrating. You play its game. It's not a... That's really sad, because Dead Space 2 is a game that works really well because it has very good system interplay. Like, lots of little things can be used in varieties of ways, in ways that aren't strictly speaking mandatory, but, like, add up well. You know, like, you can use kinesis to hit people with their own claws, and it works. If you want to do, like, a funny, like, Ripper thingy, there's a sort of range that you gotta court in order to hit that. It doesn't, like, fucking snap you to someone to do, like, a cool cinematic, I'm chainsawing the guy. No, you gotta find the range. You gotta court the distance. I did not play Ragnarok, and no, I don't want to. I really don't have much interest in the heavily cinematic style of action games. They kind of depress me. It takes so many people to make a video game. And there is the terrifying realization that no matter how talented and obviously skilled a lot of the people involved are, sometimes it just doesn't work out well. Sometimes the end game just doesn't come out great. Isn't that terrifying? Isn't that depressing? It makes me very sad, actually. I'm smiling right now, but actually, I just feel bad. I don't feel good at all. And, like, it must have taken a lot of effort, because, like, a lot of the animation work in the pre-rendered... No, they're not pre-renders. In the cutscenes or whatever... They might as well be pre-renders, though. In the cutscenes and the sort of pre-baked set pieces or whatever, it's very elaborate and good and clearly took a lot of effort. But it's not much of a game. It's much to look at, but I don't think it adds up as being much of a game, sadly. I guess I should have figured this from how hard it was being pushed as, like, a PS5 game, because that seems to be the only thing PS5 games are. Straight. Which, you know what's really funny as well is that, like, the baked-in PS5 game that they give you is Astro's Playroom, which is, like, a very joyful, very gamey, like, platformer type deal. The kind of game that they, don't make for PS5 at all. And you might say, oh, what about Rift Apart? Rift Apart is also drenched in bullshit. It's a little bit better than, like, A Last of Us, but, like, it's still drenched in that kind of shit. There's still a lot of cutscenes in that fucking game. Credits are gonna be longer than the story? No kidding. What about knack? There is no knack on PlayStation 5. You fucked up. I have gummy cola bottle. Man, to think that, what was it? Was it the director or the producer or whatever? Someone involved in this game bragged about crunch for this end result. That's not a great look in any time. Like, it's not a good look even if the game comes out great, but the fact it didn't makes it all the fucking worse. It's like, okay, so you made your staff crunch. For what? To what end? I was hoping for post-credit scene like a Marvel movie or something. Shit. Well, I guess we play it again, but on hard mode. Yeah. How many achievements did I get? 20 out of 26. There are only 6 achievements I'm missing? What ones? That's probably finished the game on hard, and I don't know what the rest are. Post-credit scene where they reveal deader space. Well, that was a thoroughly deflating ending, and honestly, it was also a lot shorter than I was expecting. Anyway, time to pre-order the season pass. £24! Nandayo kore! Discover the ultimate survival horror experience with a new mode, Contagion. With reduced ammo and health drops, a customized difficulty, and permadeath, there are no second chances to escape Black Iron Prison or the horrors lurking beneath the surface of Callisto. That sounds unpleasant. Ooh, excuse me. Riot bundle, venture into a previously undiscovered area of Black Iron Prison and battle through waves of enemies, gather credits to upgrade your weapon. Okay, so it's like a, yeah, it's a wave type mode. Story DLC, dig deeper into the horrifying secrets of the Callisto Protocol. Given the incredibly abrupt way this game ends, I don't think that should have been shuffled off into a $25 season pass. £25 actually, it's more like $30 for Americans, I imagine. It kind of, since the story content apparently isn't planned to release until like summer of next year, it kind of seems like they needed more time to actually finish making it. Anyway, $29.99. Oh well, excuse me. Is it $29.99? I can't. Like, obviously, I can't see things in American prices. I can only see things in British prices. Well, fuck. That was shorter than I was. What is a gamer to do now, frankly? I was expecting that to take longer than it did. I've hit the uncomfortable zone of well, fucking now what? Uno, please, we finished Uno. Uno is over. We beat Uno. Uno is done. We completed Uno. Streamer, could I play a good game? No. There are no... When I actually play a good game, none of you fuckers watch it. Should have watched Pentiment, shits. You shit birds. What music game I was going to play in case this crashed? Oh, if it crashed, I was going to play Muse Dash or Easy 2 On or something like that. I could find Phantom Zero. I don't have it installed. So lots of people saying, you know, I watched Pentiment. Did you, though? Did you really? I don't think you did. Lies. Lies, all of you. All liars. I know the figures. I can see the metro. I'm bullying my chat now. This is what you guys get. This is what you guys get. Do I doubt my watch time of your channel? Okay, I don't doubt Ecleptics. Ecleptics probably did actually watch all of it. You can't just run a poll for Uno. Fuck off. What do you want me to do? Like, do the Uno run? Is my PS1 even plugged in? I don't think my PS1's even plugged in.